This is Stellar Blade. We're here on PC. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. The gorgeous, stunning, intense, and largely just beautiful game has finally made its way over to PC, and the results are quite majestic visually. So for context, we're on the RTX 4090 with an i9-13900K. We're kind of just showing off the opening of the game here and talking about it because this scene is absolutely just incredible. I played this prior on the PlayStation when it launched and was quite impressed by the game. It is kind of leaning a bit into the whole Souls type of thing, so you may want to go with a slightly easier going difficulty if that is something that might be a problem for you. We've got it sort of just really pushing visual limits here as far as performance and everything like that, in case you're wondering if there's any screen tearing popping up. That's mostly because want to see what exactly this can do in regards to frame rate and everything for you on the platform. So we'll be going over all the specs and everything like that in just a second. So Stellar Blade, you're launching down onto the planet and fighting off against these various monsters in what is a lost world, a lost society. You're trying to figure out what happened. You play as this darling character here that is, I don't know if necessarily fully confident in her abilities in that, but as the narrative progresses and as things go on, definitely that starts to grow. You'll fight crazy bosses, all kinds of monstrous things, and you'll explore a very desolate, sorrowing kind of world that's still filled to the brim with action, excitement, and never-ending cool combat. It's visceral, it's gory, and there's some interesting just thematical elements to it as you make your way through. And they've done a great job supporting and upgrading this game over time, just in terms of like when it came out, there was nothing wrong with it really. It's been fine the whole time, but they've added seasonal costumes and outfits and things to enjoy as you play this character here, and it's really quite cool to see it available here on the PC. So let's dive into the settings here. So we've got our main little character there. She's looking good. Do I have the, I think I have some different outfits available right off the bat because I turned it on. Oh wow, that is, yeah. There's supposed to be the seasonal outfits too, but I don't know where the, I don't know where the Christmas outfits are. Maybe it's because, oh, I don't have earrings. One sec here. Wow, that is quite an outfit there. Holy crap. Yeah, I guess that's okay for, you know what? let's I think that little shot of it will be okay, but let's go for something a little let's just wear her regular outfit for the sake of YouTube settings. Yeah. So gameplay wise, like I said, different difficulty options, story or normal. And then you can choose how helpful it is. Ponytail, short ponytail, or long ponytail. I kind of find that the long ponytail sort of gets in the way, and then you can turn seasonal content on or off, and DLC content as well. And then there's controller settings, just tons of them, tons and tons. Keyboard and mouse settings, all the usual stuff that you would get. Sound settings. We've got your display. So we've got the borderless window, but you can do full screen, windowed. You can do the resolution. It's kind of capped because it's a borderless window, blah, blah, blah. Then you can have VSync on or off. Obviously, we've got the frame rate on unlimited, but you can do 240, 144, 120, 60, 43 of, all the usual stuff. And then aspect ratios, you've got widescreen support, so 32:9, 21:9, all that kind of stuff. And then you can choose your HUD area. Then we've got effects like film grain, chromatic aberrations, so lots of stuff there. And then graphics, we have everything at very high resolution scaling. We've got it on the NVIDIA DLSS 4, same with the aliasing and everything like that. And then we've got it to automatic settings, but you can choose whether you want DLAA, high performance, quality, everything. And then there's sharpening, and then you can have frame gen on. So frame gen is usually pretty great as far as pushing things a little bit further. We'll just throw on automatic, so you can see that. And then, of course, if you didn't have DLSS going on, you could have FSR, which I think is a bit of a downgrade personally. And then we have everything else. It should be very high, maxed out, clutter density, character object details, lighting, shadows, volumetric fog, visual presets, all this stuff, screen space reflections, high, you know, the usual. And then, yeah, that's kind of the settings. There's a photo mode too if you want to go into photo mode, which is kind of cool. So this is where we've got the frame gen kind of kicking on, and you can see that we're immediately getting like even more performance out of it, which is really nice. And it's really cool to see a game like this, because like a lot of the PlayStation ported games, when they come, it seems like whenever I turn it on, I'm always worried about turning off frame gen because it seems to just like crash things whenever I do frame gen for like PlayStation launch titles. But you know, we're pretty good. But let's just throw on 2 times to make sure that that's what we're seeing here is 2 times frame gen, so you can actually see it visually in that. But yeah, it's kind of an action hack and slash, again, like leading into sort of the Souls type thing in some situations for difficulty. And you know, they really lean into the beauty of the character, and your sort of these interesting mixes of like synthetic and natural body life, and you're fighting these monstrous things and trying to figure out what exactly maybe happened, as to say. Like, I mean, you're definitely told sort of the fables as to like why your squad is like down here, what you're doing, and then of course there's some interesting queries into life and I guess you would say society and everything like that. But the results here are absolutely, you know, like fantastic. Like, this game looks beautiful. It plays beautifully. You get just a great host of PC settings here for Stellar Blade. Like, I'm very, very happy with this version of it. Things are going to start to get pretty hectic here. But yeah, definitely a big leap up. Like, most recently I'd played this on the PS5 Pro. I played it on the PlayStation 5 at launch. The PS5 Pro version of this game was really, really genuinely quite impressive. And then this, of course, you know, just kind of takes things a lot further, which is absolutely excellent. This scenery here, like this whole scene here, is very, I wouldn't say it's on rails, but it's very much like a setup sort of sequence. It's very specific in its design, and that's just to show you absolute chaos in action, which is great. Texture pack support. There's unlocked frame rates, like we mentioned, the haptic feedback, the adaptive trigger support. DLS has 4, like we've shown. We talked about the widescreen options, 25 costumes, all kinds of different voiceovers and options. Yeah, it's just kind of a genuinely beautiful and charming game. And like I said, I really quite like this one. I did play through it. I don't think I streamed through it. I think I literally played it ahead of launch to review it and cover it. And yeah, I remember first seeing the demo of the game, and I was like, wow, this is really, really quite something. You know, it's gorgeous. And then I played through it, and I was like, oh, wow, this is neat. And then, you know, as you get through the story, you're like, wow, this has got some really interesting stuff to it. And I think you will also find the game to be genuinely quite fascinating if you experience it and what it has to offer as you work through it, and you know, figure out what's happening. And you fight some really messed up things. And the game it's linear in a sense, like it's open hub worlds, I call them fable worlds, where like there are areas that you go in and then you kind of like solve the area, sort of like again your traditional Dark Souls map, where it's like you go and progress and then you open a door, you get back to another area, and it kind of just opens up the map more and more. And then there are a couple genuinely like open world maps where there's side activities and like collectible things to do. And you know, this game does have some interesting crossovers to it, which are, you know, quite fantastic as well. So yeah, there's actually like quite a lot going on in this game. Like the main story itself is pretty lengthy. Like it's got a good amount of value to it. Some of the enemy, like the bosses, you might find quite difficult, so just, again, keep in mind, no shame from here if you're, you know, needing to bop down the difficulty at all on story to just have an easier going time. But I don't think it's quite as brutal as some of the games are, especially when you've, I guess you would say, upgrade your skills and improve yourself, because you do build up your character, if that makes sense. Like, you are improving your individual here, making her tougher, adding some different abilities, and then as you progress through the different areas too, you also get some other options to make her a little bit tougher or have some extra abilities that give you a bit of a hand during combat. And I think that makes a world of difference as well. Ow! Getting absolutely slammed here. So yeah, there's actually quite a lot of like role-playing mechanics and stuff under the hood on this one, but I just want to say really like the results here for just performance and quality, I think they absolutely just sort of nailed it on this one. Like, it looks incredible. I hope the footage I'm really hoping that the footage does justice to like just how good what I'm seeing is, and I kind of wish I have this on my monitor here. I kind of want to pop this up on my TV because this is genuinely beautiful. Seriously, like, this game looks so good. It looked very, very good on PS5 and PS5 Pro. You know, don't get me wrong there. It's a very good exclusive to have for that platform, but like on PC, it's really kicking it into high gear, as to say. Like, this is quite stunning.
I hear something.
Oh no.
Eve!
Eve, watch out! And there's some neat stuff too, story-wise, in regards to like naming conventions and that of the characters. There was things I really didn't even realize right until the end of the game, and it kind of clicked, and I was like, oh, that's what they were going for with this. It's really, really interesting. Like, we're supposed to actually be getting a second entry in the series. I don't know if it'll be necessarily a direct continuation or anything like that, but we are supposed to be getting a new entry in this one in like a year or so, which is quite exciting. They've already kind of, I think from an investor standpoint or whatever, mentioned that. But yeah, the creatures, like the character design for enemies and stuff is so cool in this. Like, yeah, genuinely quite awesome. And then you get these cool combative scenarios, and it looks super clean and sharp. I love it.
Here, friend. It's me you want.
Oh, is it? Is it me you're looking for?
No!
Looks like it's going for me. No! I think she needed that arm. Although I don't know how that arm getting... Oh, no. There that goes too. Yeah, that's not looking too good.
Eve! Get out of here.
That beautiful arm. Stellar Blade! Nah, they nailed it with this game. I really think this is like just a quality product, honestly, the whole way through. It's well polished, well set up. Very cool environments. You're gonna see that in a sec here, when we really get kind of moving. Like, so that was just, you know, that was the prologue. It's got some cool action. It sort of shows the game really stressing. And then this next area, we get into the first kind of more like Souls-like environment where you're kind of moving through it. You're going to be opening different areas. There's little side things, small little puzzle stuff that you can use in order to unlock things and everything like that. And yeah, it's really, really cool. As soon as the loading goes through on this. Alright, looks like we're good to go. Yeah, so excuse the texture loading. That's on my PC. I need more storage. I apologize. I'm doing my best out here. Just grabbed a house. It's expensive. So if you're wondering about that, it's not the game. That's on my end. It's actually good for that statue there that it was from a YouTube monetization perspective. Well, I guess statues are okay, right? Like, I mean, they should be because it's like art or whatever. And I will say there's very kind of Matrix-like vibes on this one too, which is interesting.
It's where the Alpha Naytiba is.
Yeah. Very, very Matrix vibes. I love this level. There's some way cooler spots later on in the game as you continue to work through it. Because like some of this stuff acts as like dungeon type areas too. But there's something about this area with like the rain and the atmosphere and stuff like that that just really feels quite immersive. It's very, very neat.
Now, get ready. I'll be supporting with the drone.
Thanks. Super high resolution assets on Eve and stuff, like, yeah. I don't even know how she walks in high heels and stuff like that. They designed her to be the perfect warrior. I definitely will throw that out there.
Must be 8 or 7.
You know it.
Yes. The This was the final battlefield of civilization.
It didn't go over very well, did
It
it?
was also known as a truly colossal city.
We didn't fight hard enough.
Something is falling from the sky. A strange sensation.
It's rain.
This must be Earth's rain.
Yep.
We can admire the scenery later. We have a job to do here.
But yeah, like I said, it's just the atmosphere here on the silent street that I really quite like. The vibes and everything come together. And it's just like a really majestically well done game. This is... Yeah, I think this is like, what, the debut for this developer and that, and the end results here are just quite splendid. Like, they did a really good job, and you get all this, like, the flashy combat too. Like, this is just the humble beginnings. When you really start to gather, you know, various, like, tools and things, you really start pumping. Roroa, yeah. So that's one of the puzzle things that we'll come across later on.
Security code, a type of entry permit.
Yeah. Or actually, though, this might be literally just for this door right here. Sorry, there's another one that you grab and then you open another thing. It's easier when it just like auto does it for me. Was it Roro? Yeah.
It worked.
Buildings collapsing.
I'm just lazy. I can't be bothered on stuff.
You'll get used to it soon.
I mean, the city's also been stuck here. I think we could swim as well, yeah. But just like the amount of detail within the environment, and then like, it's just like a smooth, sexy, intense battling game, and they absolutely delivered on it. And then the PC port here too is another really good offering from... Like, I want to say it's part of the PlayStation lineup, as to say. I mean, I got this from PlayStation, so like... Yeah, it's their efforts to have more stuff on PC, and I think this is going to go over pretty well. Or at least that's my assumption. Because it's a really good game. It's the type of game that does well, I would say, on PC platform, at least I think so. But yeah, I think you'll be pretty happy with this port. They definitely delivered. I didn't really come across any problems at all, and as you can tell, it's all running smoothly and looking great, you know, getting hundreds of FPS, getting 4K, you know, with well, obviously DLSS and that, and the music's great too. Oh, I'm in combat.
There's a Legion camp in a place like this.
Yeah, occasionally you get these rest spots, so you can just like sit back and kind of like enjoy like music, take in the scene, think about things and how they used to be. It's really quite majestic. Eve Choker. They're all the rage these days. The Choker's made a big comeback. And we're getting a flashback to that moment where everything happened with Tacky and this guy like picked us up. Hero of the land. Tacky, no. Well, you had been there a few minutes sooner.
What's wrong?
Seems like our invasion didn't work out according to plan, did it?
It's nothing.
From here on, you have to stay alert.
I will. See, this is our fire from, you know, like Dark Souls. That's our fires, these little camps, and you know, you can use them for teleportation. That
Do any upgrades?
really gonna bother me to do upgrades? Ugh. Fine. Yeah, and there's like a little store where you can get stuff. It's just your little hub and base of operations. Yes, I'll learn the perfect dodge. Anyways, yeah. You should be happy with this. Gorgeous game, lots of fun. Filled to the brim with action, gory scenes, crazy cinematics, wild moments, an interesting, twisting narrative and plot. I think you will be blown away by Stellar Blade and what it has to offer. I really just want to say positive things about it. It's got a bit of difficulty to it, it's got an edge of whatever, but you know, it plays well, it handles well, it looks cool, it's expansive. It's a really great effort, and I am eagerly awaiting another entry in the series. I'm eagerly awaiting what's next, and I think you will too once you jump in and play this.